So the first force that we're talking about in this classical force section is applied force. Now, applied force is not necessarily a force. Applied force is more referring to, um, for lack of a better worms, for lack of a better worm, for lack of a better word, applied force is referring to nothing more than just a general force being applied in a system. Something is pushing, something is pulling. So we just say, well, we're not really concerned about what type of force it is. We're just going to say it's an applied force. So we're not concerned of where it comes from. I mean, a perfect example of that is when we talk about cars. It applies a force on a system. Well, we never stop to talk about how it's being applied to the system. It's just more of alright, it's applying a force to the car, it's moving this fast, it's encountering this much air resistance. But we just typically say applied force is just this general catch-all to describe all forces. Okay? So there's no equation for an applied force, and then there is no geometry to keep track of. There's no, in the case of a normal force, it's always perpendicular to surfaces. In case of friction, it's always parallel to the surfaces. For an applied force, it's just an applied force. And typically, it should tell you the direction. If it doesn't, then the direction doesn't really matter. Okay? So that's what an applied force is.